Welcome back to Bigby Plays! Your favorite, the Dynasty. Blood will have blood. I'm not going to go to any of the other two chapters until I get someone else convicted. So, my main... shared my concerns with the spread of heresy and the Wycliffe heresy, I take it? Yes, there are a great many adherents in the country of Ayrshire. Alright, my whole thing is I'm going to be... Just discussion, perhaps we would enlighten from the matters. Mother Burns, she is a woman with a strong face, which is Why give it to the Boston's knowledge cause so to feel negative towards her? Let's just say that she tends to have towards having quite a stern hand when it comes to any sort of transgression from the younger nuns. There's a story I've heard about when she did to a particular nun who became pregnant and later died in childbirth. What did she do? She ordered that the dead woman be buried face down as a symbol of condemnation. When the child died a few days later, it was buried between the mother's legs in the same grave. I don't know if the story is true, and I'm not going to be the one to ask her about it. I probably shouldn't even be repeating it. It's all I can say about her, anyway. You tutor the governor's daughter. That's right. Lisa is quite a gifted child, although... Alright. I think my main goal is I'm going to try and get Mother Burns as soon as I can. Wait, I want to talk. I want to talk to you, bro. Alright, so that's going on. Yeah. Of course. Do not worship such spirits. We would never have a bountiful harvest. Don't you know how hard it is to grow crops in the North, girl? Oh, goodness. Shouldn't? Of course I'm not serious. I'm trying to teach you, you shouldn't believe everything you read. Oh. I'm not sure whether I'd be disappointed or relieved, actually. Like I said, I'm going to try and get the... You suffered ill fortune, you say. Forgive me, I don't want to talk about my past. Alright, Mother Burns. She doesn't like many of the characters. That's what I'm learning. So, if I can get the mother... Oh, I have not. I've heard that she's living in her temple other times. So yeah, my main goal is going to get Mother Burns. I'm gonna try and get the Reverend Mother because alright, Brother Simon. Even if they... Yes, that is good. They share a little. Is he a wealthy man? That depends. He has a great deal of wealth and the money at his disposal. That much is certain. However, I also happen to know that he has run up a great many debts, perhaps more than any other noble in the kingdom. Of course, if I were his steward, I would never let that happen. Sadly, not every steward is as gifted as I am. Anyway, that's enough gossip, I think. Maybe I will try Sir Joseph again. Alice! treating well, because I think a lot of it comes down to the interview. First things first, I am taking that knife. And I think I will use that and put it somewhere in that room. Alright, yes, I count him as a friend. Alright, so sounds like you care a lot. Barely know the man, I don't care. Alright. Let's the server go. Okay, so just get everybody to talk. A violent nature, of course, and those are the young lady. Alright. Sorry if I'm being really quiet. I just realized I'm being very, very, very quiet. But I want to see if I can get Sir Joseph. Because Sir John. We have a history of spilling English blood. The line of Bruce spread their seed in the Carrickshire areas. These days it's like a name shared by nobles and commoners alike. My father was not a noble birth, and neither was his father before him. I see. I suppose sometimes a name is just a name. If it wasn't among the land-owning gentry. I never knew him. A bastard, eh? Well, I suppose Bruce is a good name for any bastard. Alright, so I'm gonna lie to him. Could be many reasons she's not exactly bad to look at, is she? Perhaps it's purely out of the goodness of his heart. Alright, Nicholas the Steward. Anything I should know about him? And this is the story of the wedding. Since the death of his wife last year, he's become very mellow. And Brother Simon. You think he's a good tutor? Alright. So, let's see. I want to talk to the governor. Governor's standing too close to start going through his private. Ah! I consider my only family to be the church. I was raised by monks. Alright, so. Will he walk away from this stuff? No, he won't. Alright, so. Talk to his daughter. Just. Actually, I'm a Scottish prince, you know. This might screw me over. They were all nice, but none of them were old enough to do anything very brave. I don't think you should be to be a knight of birth. Don't be silly, dragons aren't real. I'm not stupid, you know. Alright, Brother Simon. Mother Burns. Is she close to your father then? Very good friends. Sir John de Ashton. He's my godfather and my father. Does he always get along with your father? Of course, they are best friends most of the time. Anyway, most of the time, well, I did hear them arguing earlier today. I'm not sure what it was about, and I'm sure they probably made up by now, like they always do. Well. I have 2 different conversations that can point Joseph to a war. Does he get along with your father? And, God damn it, go to Alice. Alright. Alright, this is the one. Talk to everybody about everything. And it all comes down. Oh my god, excuse me, I did not mean for that. Alright. Say nothing. Alright, I know it goes against my own personal beliefs, but I'm going to have to... We cannot let these heretics destroy the church. Burn them all, that's what I say. Nice to hear him. Quite right, Sir John. We must cut out this heresy at its roots. Now is not the time to be squeamish. I'm glad to hear you say that, William. I intend to form a privy council of my own. So it's going against my personal beliefs. On witchcraft. I believe in the power. Yes, I have seen enough to believe in the power of the witches and witchcraft. Good, I am inclined to agree. I have been studying the works of Thomas Aquinas as of late. I feel unqualified to speak of the matter. If these witches are indeed powerful, then they are servants of the devil. No punishment is too severe for them. I quite agree. There is no greater threat to the man than the power of Satan. Yes, so it's all going to come down to the interviews. And William Bruce, can you keep me up with it? Absolutely. See, I want to be... when you do this, you can't play your character. You have to play the bad guy. Like I said, I grabbed the knave. Gotta put the knife. Plant the letter in the wardrobe. And we're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill the man. The dagger. Alright, 17. 16, 15, come on, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1. Did you hear that? Of course I heard that. Stay here, I'll go see what it was. Yes! Made it all the way to the basement. God, Robert. Alright. Sorry if I'm speeding through all of this. It's usually all the same. The only thing that ever changes is the questions. Now here's where I'm going to have to slow it down. Welcome, my lord. I wish I could say that I was pleased to meet Nicholas. Sir John. And who might you be? This is William Bruce, a friend of the governor. William Bruce, I can't say I've ever heard of you. That is no surprise. I am not a great lord like yourself, Thomas de Bromflet. Perhaps not. You do possess quite a cultured manner of speaking, though. Interesting. Where is Brother Simon? He is outside seeing to the horses. Alright, so we answered that question good. Yes, we are all gathered everyone together. Meanwhile, my men will conduct a search of the house. Is that really necessary? Oh yes, Sir John, but have no fear. We will get to the bottom of this heinous crime. And here we go. This is where we begin. How is the girl? She's resting now. I don't know why I ate that. That didn't taste good. William Bruce, as far as I can tell, you are the outsider here. You will forgive me if my questions are directed at you for the moment. I take no offense. I would likely do the same thing in your position. Very good then. The truth is, I still have no idea who you are. Tell me something about your past. There is not much to tell. My mother died when I was a child, and I was raised... You're an orphan, then. No status of to speak. How did you come to know the governor? I wrote him a letter regarding the spread of the heresy of Scotland. That's right, William told me about this much earlier today. You first reached out to him then. Yes, I knew he would be interested in the matter. I see. Tell me, what time of the day did you arrive here? I can answer that. I saw William arrive in the courtyard while I was tending to my horses, just before dusk. Did he say anything to you? Yes, he came over and introduced himself to me. I seem to recall that we spoke about the spread of the Wycliffe heresy in Scotland. Yes. Go on. Remember that we spoke about the Reverend Mother and her priority. Tell him the story about the young nun. And which nun would that be? That is... Spit it out! There is a story some tell about a young nun at the priory who became pregnant and then died in childbirth. Yes, I remember it well. I buried her upside down so that the heavens would not have to look upon her face. The product of her sin was buried with her. That seems rather extreme, Reverend Mother. The girl was unfortunate, that's all. Surely she deserved a decent Christian burial, at least. Who are you to administer such a punishment? I act on behalf of God. The girl was strumpet, and I will not waste any more words on her. Very well then. Is there anything else, Brother Simon? Otherwise, we said nothing of consequence. I was also there when William arrived. I greeted him at the entrance to the house and told him where to find the other guests. Did you speak to him again after that? We talked about Sir John, as I recall. I believe you said he owed many debts to various people. Hey now, let's leave my private affairs out of this. This could be important, Sir John. Did you owe any money to the governor? No, of course not. And continues to it. Yes, we spoke about Alice too. You said the governor loved her a great deal. Yes, I'm sure he did. Anything else? I don't think we thought of any... Indeed. Let's move on. I spoke to William when he came to the kitchen. It contained a particular habit of Scottish custom. I asked him whether or not the tales were true. He taught me a little lesson by pretending that they were true. He said I should not believe everything I read. Quite right. There are some dangerous texts out there. We spoke for a while about the governor, and I remember saying how much I admire his strength. I'm sorry, I can't believe he's gone. That's quite alright. And you are correct about the governor. He was a strong and resilient fellow. He also talked about Brother Simon for a while. I told William and Simon that Simon is a good and patient man and an excellent tutor. Thank you, Alice. Indeed, I have little reason to doubt Simon's character. Finally, we spoke about the governor's daughter. He asked about her temperament. I told him that I'd never known her to get angry. I see. Thank you, Alice. I can't think of anything else we talked about. What about you, Sir John? Yes, I ran into William in the long gallery. We exchanged a few words. He said that he was just a commoner and that he never knew his father. He was a bastard then. I found that interesting. Go on. We spoke to the governor for a while, if I remember rightly. You said you had been arguing more with the governor lately. I'm not sure I said that exactly. You'd better be honest, Sir John. Well, I suppose we did have our arguments from time to time, like any close friends might. I see. I remember speaking with Brother Simon as well. In the spirit of honesty, I may have confessed a certain personal dislike for him. Sorry about that, my good man. It is no matter. If If it is nothing more than a personal dislike, I doubt it is relevant. Continue. We also spoke about the Reverend Mother. Remember saying that she is a fine lady for a nun. I suppose I should take that as a compliment. Indeed, you should. Go on, Sir John. We talked about Nicholas, too. I remember that correctly. You said he was a jealous violet? Thank you, Nicholas. You may proceed, Sir John. I think that was all we spoke about, other than small talk. I spoke to William, too, before dinner. He came to the chapel, as I recall. And what did you discuss with him? He said he travelled here from Bewley Priory. I also know by reputation the prior is known for the Wycliffe heresy. This man claims that he regards the prior as his close friends. It's true, we are close friends. I see. This is quite troubling. A servant girl. I believe you told me she worked in a whorehouse. Is that true? Go on, girl. Tell him your sins. It is true, Sheriff, but please believe me that it was not my fault. I was a poor young girl taken advantage of by scoundrels. I believe you. I have seen many girls in the same situation. I will not influence my final judgment. I seem to remember that we spoke about the governor's daughter as well, and her unsuitable hobbies. You thought the hobbies were... I believe that you felt that the hobbies were too violent. Oh, yes, she was violent-natured girl, that girl. Indeed, always wanting to fight and wrestle with the other children. It is very unseemly. Indeed, it is. We discussed nothing else on the matter. Eliza told me that she spoke with William in her room before dinner. Oh, did she say what about? She said that William joked about he was a Scottish prince here in England to slay dragons. Oh, very funny, go on. She told me that they spoke of Sir John for a while. Eliza mentioned that she overheard Sir John arguing with the governor this morning. Oh, that? It was just a trifling little thing. A matter of finances. I will have to remember that. She said that two of them spoke about the steward Nicholas and how he had worked for the governor since before she was born. Yes, we were close. I owed him so much. She didn't mention anything else about the conversation. I did. Spoke to them. He talked to me about my past. I had not mentioned much about it in my letters. I see. What did you tell him? I told him about a particular tragedy I had suffered in my past. I would rather not go into it now. Let's move on then. Alright. I remember Eliza was pestering Brother Simon about his horses. Yes. After that, the governor told us the Parliament passed a new law about burning heretics. Sir John seemed quite in favour of the day. You asked me, it was long overdue. William agreed with me, as I recall. I see. Anyway, the conversation moved to the topic of witchcraft. The governor asked William if he believed in the power of witches. And what did you say? I do believe in the power of witchcraft. I see. Please continue, Sir John. We spoke about the punishments of suitable for witches, since they are just another kind of heretic. William said he felt all witches ought to be destroyed. All of them. They should be executed one by one until there are rivers of blood. Oh my! As dinner came to the end, the governor invited us to join the Privy Council, revealed why he was chosen. I believe he said that I was strong of mind and that William could keep him informed of events at the church on the north of the border. I was ready and willing to do my duty for the church. That's good, I suppose. Anyway, that was the last time we saw the governor alive. Who discovered the body? Unfortunately, I was the one who discovered him. Me and the Reverend Mother were in the chapel when I heard the noise and went to investigate. I'm sure that my cries soon alerted everyone else in the house. Where were each of you when you heard these cries? I was relaxing in the guest chambers. At the time, Brother Simon's screams gave me quite a shock, I tell you. I was down in the Great Hall. I thought I heard something. I was in the cellar, seeing to the laundry. What about you, William Bruce? Where were you when Brother Simon cried out? Basement? Cellar? I was down in the cellar. Is that true, Alice? Was he with you in the cellar? Yes, he was there with me. I see. That means you were a very long way from the tower. Let's move on discussing the manner of the governor's death. The dagger used had the engraved Sir John. Indeed, that's because it belongs to me. However, I left it in my room when I arrived. I only carry the things for protection while I'm traveling. So anybody could have taken it from your room before dinner. Yes, I didn't even notice it was gone, to tell you the truth. I see. Given the manner of his death, I suppose it is I suppose it's also possible that he took his own life with your dagger, as unlikely as it seems. I will not take counsel with my captain of the guard. Oh my god, please, we need to get this guy. Did you find anything during the search for this? Nothing of note on Sir John, the steward, or the two members of the clergy. We did find a letter on the servant girl. Let me see it. I can explain. There was no need. Lord's betting the servant girls is hardly anything new. Alice, how could you? It may be immoral, Reverend Mother, but it does not give her a reason to kill the man. It's of no interest as far as I'm concerned. It is of interest to me. I expect you to come and see me for confession later, Alice. Yes, Reverend Mother. And what about William Bruce? Did you find anything on his person? Nothing, my lord. And during the search of the house, I found this letter while searching the wardrobe in the guest chamber. It may be of interest. Indeed, this is written on the governor's hand, and if I'm not mistaken, it has come to my attention that you still owe me a significant amount to my house. What? That's poppycock. I have heard rumors that you struggle with debt, Sir John. Was the governor one of the people you borrowed money from? No, never. This letter seems to suggest otherwise. Perhaps you wish to be free of those debts once and for all. We searched the rest of the house and found nothing of interest, my lord. Very well. I believe I have heard enough. William Bruce, I am almost certain that you had something to do with the governor's death. I knew it from the beginning. How am I still a suspect? I think I can say that you are free of any suspicion, Nicholas. Sir John, I am afraid evidence has led me to believe that you might be involved in this. Now, taking all of that into account, I'm going to have my guards put you in chains. William Bruce, I suggest you do not resist. You're making a mistake, Sheriff. I very much doubt that. Sir John, I am going to have you placed in chains. You are my prisoner now. You will pay for this outrage, Thomas. Mark my words. While your cunning efforts have led to the arrest of Sir John, you had also left a substantial trail of evidence pointing to yourself. The sheriff continued to regard you as a primary suspect for 7 days of violent interrogations and then finally the day comes when you are down and scaffolded to face your action. Here you will hang almost at the point of death. Fuck. Well, that sucked. Could have gone better. See you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.